Happy Halloween, fellow adventurers! Well, this year I decided to do a Halloween special because I didn't do one last year or the year before. So to make up for it, we're going to be looking at 3 hidden object games in keeping with the spirit of the season. And this thing keeps falling down. In case you didn't know, hidden object games, or HOGs, are classified more as puzzle than adventure games, and are aimed more at the casual gamer than the hardcore adventurer. If you browse Big Fish Games, there's more HOGs to choose from than a pig farm, and it's hard to decide which ones to play. Some of them are pure HOGs like Halloween the Pirate's Curse, where you're presented with screens chock full of stuff and given a list of objects to find. You can either take your time to locate the objects in all the clutter, or click wildly around and hope to get lucky. Some HOGs, however, discourage this strategy by disabling the cursor for a few seconds if you click too many times. This can become quite tedious if all you're doing is clicking on objects, but there are some HOGs that have more of a storyline and adventure-style puzzles. The first one we're going to look at this evening is Halloween Chronicles Monsters Among Us. I was immediately impressed with the title screen and the music that sounds a lot like my favourite band, The Cure. Who's that shady guy in the background? This is Harvey the Harlequin, one of the monsters among us who seeks to bring back the Headless Horseman and all his evil minions. Unaware of all this monster madness, however, we return to our hometown of Riverstown, Virginia, where we get a warm welcome.
You should not have left the house on this cursed night. I want to drink your blood. Ah, ah, ah.
Dracula, is that you?
Don't worry, it's me, Dad.
Oh, hey Dad, I didn't recognize you. The voice acting for your dad is pretty hammy.
Wow, look at that green haze. That wasn't my doing, but it looks great.
He certainly took the time to decorate for Halloween though. This gravestone serves as the hint system, which is one of the common features of HOGs. It will usually indicate which hotspots you can interact with, as well as skip puzzles. Then there's this GPS, which serves as the map, that can come in very useful to indicate the locations where you can perform actions. The hint and skip functions would not be available if we were playing in hardcore mode, but for this first game we're just going to play it casual. It's hard to take things casually though when the Harlequin shows up and monsters are running amok, even crashing the TV station.
Authorities are urging residents to stay... What the... Ah!
Reminds me of the end of Zombie Flesh Eaters.
We've just been informed that zombies have entered the building. They're at the door. They're coming in.
So where did all these monsters come from? Well, turns out your dad is in fact a monster hunter and uses a magic camera to trap them in photos. But Harvey comes along and tears up the photos, thus releasing the monsters. Kind of like Ghostbusters. So, does hunting monsters make you feel good? Sure, as long as you can figure out how to deal with them. This vampire threatens to turn your dad into the undead unless you assemble a weapon to defeat him. Just follow the cards and choose the right one. Oh cool, he exploded into bats. I guess that's what vampires are made of. I find it funny how every time a character gives you a task to do, they say, "Here, take this, you'll need it."
Here, this will help you find everything you need.
Here, this will help. Here, you'll need it.
Take this, you'll need it.
After a boat ride through sea monster infested waters, we get to the next location where things are really heating up.
You may have trapped me in that picture before, Emily, but now I'm free, and you will pay.
Wow, exploding pumpkins, huh? Did you know that if you put enough rubber bands around a pumpkin, it'll explode? Ah!
Oh, that's an exploding pumpkin?
Yep, that's an exploding pumpkin.
I don't think so.
No, me neither. Anyway, getting back to the fire, we have to put it out as quickly as possible. As soon as we solve a few puzzles first. There's a nice balance between hidden object, inventory, and brain teaser puzzles. For example, this is a variation on the Tower of Hanoi, as seen in other adventure games such as Rhea Face the Unknown and Legend of Carandia Hand of Fate.
This looks like a puzzle I had as a child.
Here we need to assemble all the missing parts of this remote control and then use it on the ceiling fan to unwrap the mummy. Dealing with the monsters is not without a sense of humor, like how to get past this undead pirate.
No one may pass.
Solution? Get a dog to steal his peg leg. The funniest thing though is playing rock paper scissors with a skeleton. Rock break scissors, we win. I wanted to play the skeleton again, but as with most hogs, there's no save feature, which is one of my major gripes as I'm a compulsive saver. Later in the game, we enter the Chamber of Horrors. This is all very horrific, but the scariest thing is when you leave and come back, there's a doll that I swear wasn't there before. Oh my god, its head just moved. It's alive! The story culminates on Witch's Hill, where the Harlequin and all the monsters are gathering. I won't reveal too much of this final chapter, but you do meet a talking skull.
Hey, do you need an invitation? You don't look like a monster. Why do you need to go to the Witch's Hill? Curiosity?
I wonder if he's related to Murray from Curse of Monkey Island.
You're about as fearsome as a doorstop.
Is it a really evil-looking doorstop?
Never mind.
By collecting film rolls scattered throughout the game, we can purchase things to decorate our boudoir, such as this pumpkin ottoman and sweet skeletal chair. There's really quite a lot to talk about in this game, and it almost warrants its own review. I'm going to give it 8 pumpkin ottomans out of 10. Speaking of which, if you play the bonus game, you can find all of the remaining film rolls and complete your boudoir. Alright, great, our boudoir is complete. So, what should we do now? Well, how about play some more Halloween hogs? The next hog is Halloween Stories Black Book. For the best experience, it asks you to please play with sound. You mean instead of in silence?
Huh?
The story here is that this kid finds a black book lying on the ground, and if you write someone's name in it, they die of a heart attack. Oh, sorry, that's Death Note. This particular book summons dark forces that turn your world into a living nightmare.
Jen, help!
Check out all these pumpkins and spiderwebs though. This place is totally pimped out for Halloween. Among all the spooky stuff, you can find one of the figurines to add to your collectibles. This one's called Calavera. Is that Manny Calavera? In order to escape the bedroom, we must find some scraps of paper that spell out the password.
Red rum! Red rum!
Okay, great. Maybe now we can get the Halloween out of here. Alright, I changed my mind. Let's just stay inside, shall we? Anyway, we can't leave. Our little sister has been kidnapped by some unknown evil, and we have to save her. In order to do that, of course, we must solve various puzzles, such as putting this painting together while fending off Black Widow spiders, or painting by numbers, which is actually more difficult than it looks. Apart from the spiders that have taken up residence everywhere, there are other animals we encounter, such as a black cat and a flock of bats. Quick, get the bat repellent! Or just click on them to find the matching symbols, that works too. This is a piece of pumpkin pie though compared to the unspeakable horror that lurks in the attic.
Ugh, that's nasty.
What the Halloween is that? There's something really wrong with the mannequins here. Even the pumpkins are coming to life and want to kill you. We find out that what we're really up against is the spirit of a witch called Delilah, who's come back from the dead for revenge. She doesn't really look like a Delilah to me though.
Why, Delilah?
The plot is somewhat generic and really serves to keep you chasing Delilah from one scene to the next, solving puzzles along the way. I was actually more interested in collecting all the figurines, my favourites being the vampire and the mummy. You can only get a complete collection by playing the bonus game, which is also worth it just to fight a scarecrow with a baseball bat over a game of match 3. Overall, I give this one 6 pumpkin ottomans out of 10. It has a good variety of puzzles and a great Halloween vibe, but the whole rescue your sister from evil plot isn't the most original.
Thanks, sis. What would I ever do without you?
The third and final hog is Evil Pumpkin: The Lost Halloween. From the title, I thought it was going to be about a killer pumpkin that steals Halloween, but the introduction tells us something about an octopus in space.
The great octopus is restless. His tentacles are being lured away by a most curious summoner.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out more about the mystery of the great octopus. Let's go hardcore this time and set the difficulty to epic adventure, which means that there's no hint or skip option or even any hidden object puzzles. This makes the game much more of a challenge, but don't worry because we have our trusty Jizzbelt. Gizbelt. With this we can store all of our Giztruments. Giztruments. Using these scissors, for example, we can cut open this pillow and find a stone spider. Who keeps a spider in their pillow? There's another book in this game, but not a black book that summons an evil spirit called Delilah. It's a Halloween book that hides many secrets. Oh, who's that?
Exactly! I am who?
Who? What?
Understand who? Who will tell you?
Tell me what? What do you know about the Lost Halloween?
Hello, who? You and your human trifles. You'll never learn.
Hey, that's not a very nice thing to say. Who do you think you are?
Exactly! I am who?
Okay. Moving on. When we reach the town of Dern, we discover an octopus statue that connects it with the constellation we saw in the beginning, and we also meet some human characters.
Who are you, and why are you so small?
At least I think they're human.
I'm a child.
Oh, that's right, I forgot to mention we play a kid who sounds like the voice actor just inhaled some helium.
Do you happen to know anything about Halloween?
All the characters in this game have funny voices.
Halloween? What's that Halloween you're talking about?
As for the puzzles, they're well integrated in the game and don't feel out of place. There's the more common puzzles such as sliders and playing the right notes in a tune. And others that are more unique, like rolling this tire. Roll, roll, roll your tire gently down the street.
Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
My favourite is protecting a candle from being blown out by watching the direction of the wind. Another notable feature is the often amusing descriptions. It's closed, locked, unavailable, inaccessible, unopened, sealed, bolted, fortified, impenetrable, unbelievably unsubduable, hermetical and intransigent. Did I say closed? Once you find a way to open the portal to Halloween World, things become a whole lot creepier.
Hi, kid.
Hi.
Jack. The name's Jack.
Jack isn't the only one around here with a pumpkin for a head. There's the Pumpkin Twins hiding out in the bedroom. and even a group of pumpkin heads.
You could help us, you know.
See that yard? It has a sign saying no French fish allowed. If I recollect correctly, the owner of the house is dead scared of French fish.
What in Halloween was that voice acting? And what exactly is a French fish? Well, it's a fish with the colors of the French flag.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Now that is the scariest thing I've seen this Halloween. Needless to say, this is a weird game, but weird in a good way. I'm going to give it a score of 7 pumpkin ottomans out of 10. So, where does the Great Octopus fit into all this? Well, anyway, I guess that's it for the Halloween Hog special, everyone. Happy Halloween and watch out for exploding pumpkins.